kind of the better play here.
I will say this, I would never doubt Seagull on Genji. He has had one of the best Genjis in comp, so even if it's not the most ideal thing, if that is the case, I would not feel too bad about it. It is a little bit weird, though, because Junkrat has been played more, and Seagull also has a good Junkrat, so Junkrat, you know, could be okay here, but I don't think this defense is bad at all coming up from LG, and while we're talking about the LG defense, it's going to be Seagull on Genji, Gods on McCree, Enigma on Winston, Milo on Reinhardt, Esper on Mercy, and Pooks rounding things out on the Lucio.
Very standard 2-2-2, 2 DPS, 2 tank, 2 support. We'll see how that works out for him. Offensively, the only thing I'm pretty certain of is Adam's going to be Mercy, Reaver's going to be Widowmaker, and it looks like they might be running both these 76s for sure. Yeah, Short 4 and Grego are actually rolling out as 76. Kai switches to Zarya, and Debit is going to be Reinhardt. Kai's Zarya.
So we have Genji holding in the back there, and now Reaver is going to be looking for early pickoffs, and this is a hard map to get early pickoffs as Widow. It's very possible, it has happened, but you get less opportunities than other maps, and LG being very, very aggressive on their defense here, moving up, but Reaver able to take out Esper, a gigantic pickoff because now LG will not have a resurrection for this fight. 3 kills now for C9, no resurrection coming in for LG. Seagull, though, with a nice deflection kill onto Reaver, and Seagull getting on the Adam. If he gets Adam, LG might not be out of this yet.
Yeah, if he gets Adam is a huge if. Adam floats away, stays alive, waits Seagull to chase him down as Debit swings his hammer.
Yeah, that was a good run around coming out from Adam.
You've got to question the aggression there from LG. Now, we've seen several teams push into the choke on defense to make sure they don't give up too much space around the statue. But Cloud9 read that perfectly, backed up, let LG push in, and then that gave an opportunity for Reaver to kill Esper. And as soon as that happened, the team fight's wide open, Reaver has space to kill everyone, and then by the time Seagull has gotten to Reaver and killed him, the team fight is over, and Cloud9's won the point.
Some big switch
very quick cap
here. Milo come on double Winstons.
It was a very quick cap for C9. Now C9, if they can get extra momentum, get through the streets phase early, they would be on track to set gold medal time, and that is the danger of King's Row. But look at this, Winston for LG leaping in right away. LG not wasting any time whatsoever. Seagull now coming out the Dragon Blade, no kills just yet, having to back off a bit. He got chunked pretty early on that fight. Meanwhile, Gods was a Sure 4 able to take him out. Sure 4 absolutely laying into people with McCree right now. Reaver takes out Pooks, a double McCree for C9, holding strong, but Esper, big resurrection coming out here for LG. Sound barriers out for them as well, and LG can very well still win this team fight. They're all back to full HP. They're running in. Seagull was taken out by Sure 4 there. Sure 4 there with the double kill. Back and forth from both teams 4v4. God's taking out Debit, and now LG might be able to be a little bit more aggressive. They only need 1 or 2 more kills. And look at Milo in the back as Winston causing all sorts of havoc. The Milo meant Enigma, but really back and forth. C9 recovering pretty quickly.
I think Cloud9 actually won the change-up. I think that LG went double Winston to try to counter the Widow, but Reaper had already switched to double McCree, and now it's a pretty good way for Cloud9 to win that.
Well, double Winston action going into play again. C9 going in deep. Reaver and Kai getting 2 quick kills. Deadeye is going to take out Gods. Reaver absolutely on point. Sure 4 still holding his Deadeye. Picks up the double kill in turn. And the double McCree of C9 is just absolutely tearing through LG right now.
Yeah, you see Adam's solo res there. The reason is they killed Esper, so they know that there's not going to be really a need to save that resurrection for the fight is over. And then Adam's going to have his res up again by the time the next big fight comes down. So Adam just feels comfortable bringing up a single hero there.
I mean, Seagull's going to go Bastion now. This is a super fast time for Cloud9. If I talk about how LG needs to win this map, they're going to have a very tough time holding on to the last point.
Well, El Presidente holding strong here. Reinhardt in the front. They're going to have to do something about this Bastion. But Bastion, when you know he's there, can be more easily dealt with than it's more of a surprise. I do think we've seen great Bastion play come out of Seagull, but it's going to be interesting to see if this is going to be enough. And look at Gods on the switch up to Widow. Gets a quick double kill for LG. Everyone's focused on the Bastion, and they weren't even looking at Gods.
I mean, that's what Luminosity is going to need. So we talked about earlier about Gods playing a lot of Widow lately instead of Enigma. That allows Enigma to stay on Winston, and God's going to have to continue getting those picks for probably the next 6 straight minutes.
Offensive Sound Bearer is out. C9 going very, very aggressively into this Bastion. Sound Bearer coming out from the defense. LG at full strength. C9 very, very chunked right now. Schiffer is almost dead. Seagull as the tank, shooting, gets 1 kill on Grego, still alive, getting knocked around here by the Winstons. Has to back out. Still fighting Winston. Winston really just doesn't want anything but a dead Bastion here, but LG holding on strong. Resurrection again come up from Esper, bringing up the Fallen Heroes. Grego gets mowed down in the back. Reaver, though, still alive, still doing all sorts of work. Got a double pick off, got a triple. Reaver making work happen in the back, and C9 is still alive on this push.
Yeah, not only that, they have a huge resurrection advantage that they just used right now. A whole reinforcement coming down. They're going to continue this fight. Reaver carried for a little bit there. Now they're just going to initiate with Short4. He's going to put pressure on Seagull to make him down. And here come the monkeys.
And Gods was just taken out. Reaver winning that Widow v Widow battle. That is so incredibly crucial. Milo on the fence picks up the double kill as Reinhardt, but Seagull, a threat in the back, is a tank. Looking for those shots. Short4 having to run for his life. Might eat a tank shot in just a second. Will eat that tank shot. And LG is holding on here, but every time they hold on, they still lose more and more progress on the payload. But they have done one thing. They have defended the gold medal time. The worst case scenario for them is C9 going up 2 points. So a good defense from LG, if nothing else.
Seagull's pretty much saved the game for Luminosity. Reaver with a ton of kills there, and Gods is trying his best, but the whole team dies, and Seagull stays alive just long enough to get enough kills for his team to come back. So I'd say a pretty decent hold from LG in this last point.
Yeah, no, LG has definitely picked up, even though Reaver has taken it to Gods. Gods has gotten some good points. Seagull has provided a great distraction as Bastion, as well as heavy firepower. And the tank and support play has been quite good as well. So LG has really found their groove here, defending this point. Usually teams will get rolled over, but not so much LG here. And C9 needs to think of something to get through.
Well, they're going to crack this shield here, so that's going to at least reposition Seagull, and now they're going to maybe jump in. Short4 looked like he wanted to toy with that.
Oh, sound barriers are up for both teams. The fight is going on. Milo with a big charge in. Not bad at all, going to set the tone, but Reaver over the top, able to take out Gods. Short4 now at the Dragon Blade, gets the double kill. Reaver and Short4 going off in turn. The kill feed filling up with red, and as a result, C9 now in a really, really good position. The push forward. Pook's one of the last people remaining. Gods fighting Short4 in the corner. That should go the way of Short4. Short4 going to take him out. Pook's one of the last people remaining, and I'm not even sure they can stall this. It's going to be close, as Milo was Diva, but did not get there quite in time. So a time of 6:19 being set here by C9. Good on LG, though, for avoiding that sub 5-minute time.
I mean,
they started focusing Seagull. They just decided, let's throw every ult we have on him, and then as he goes down, we'll be able to push in. That's exactly what happened.
And we see some big plays for Seagull to make sure that Cloud9 doesn't get that goal time. He's the only reason that Cloud9 is not able to steamroll through the map. So we talk about, yeah, good plays from LG on the last portion. That doesn't make up for the horrible first defense, and then the Streets phase that didn't go well at all for them. I mean, I talked about how they need to win this map. They're going to need... They need to win point A within at least the first 2 or 3 team fights, or it's going to be really rough for them throughout the Streets phase or even the final push.
Yeah, I mean, they cracked that shield, or they were just poking up top with, Short4 was throwing shurikens at it, and then once that shield cracked, they dove on him. Short4 used his ultimate to take down Bastion the first time. He got resurrected, then they solo Earth-Shattered on the Bastion who was Seagull second time, and once that problem was taken care of, they just rolled through to the end. You don't often want to solo Earth-Shatter, but when you have a target as valuable and as carrying as hard as Seagull was on Bastion, it's definitely worth.
Sometimes Earthshatter is just an ability, it's like, okay, I'm getting rid of the problem. I don't even care if you're getting value, just, you've been doing too much, you need to die. And that is a worthy use of Earthshatter from time to time, because really, that's one of Reinhardt's powers, is that if you want blow your ultimate just to kill one person, there's very little they can do about it. It's not like there's a wind-up, it's not like you can really dodge it. Reinhardt just sort of has a you die now button. But you usually want to get more than one person, as a general rule. Looking now at the C9 roster.
The whole team. The whole team dies when you know. Die now button.
Reaper used to have a good you die button. We don't see it much anymore.
I mean, he even says die, die, die after he hits the button. But yeah, Reaper kind of falling out of the meta just because I would say it's a lot to do with McCree, where Reaper has similar close range powers to McCree, but nowhere near the CC or long range powers. So it's sort of like, why run Reaper when you can run McCree?
He gets completely shut down by flashbangs. His ultimate gets canceled, and most smart McCrees, if you're facing a Reaper, are just going to save their flashbang for when he tries to drop in and do a death blossom, and then just cancel it and murder him.
Alrighty, so looking at the C9 defense, as it sets up here, it's going to be Debit on Reinhardt, Kai on the Winston, Reaver and Short4 on a pair of McCrees, Adam on Mercy, and Grego rounding things out here on the Lucio.
Yeah, Seagull's going to be playing Genji. They're queued up with a couple of Hanzos. That's probably just throw some spam early on. Esper's going to be on Mercy. Enigma's on Winston. Pook's on Lucio. Gods does finally come up as McCree. Milo will switch to likely an off tank there or a regular tank in Reinhardt's. I really like Debit's Reinhardt play. Watch how conservatively he uses his shield. He'll never take undue damage on it.
Yep, and LG, one thing you should know about LG is that LG tends to be very, very methodical about their first point pushes. They take their time, they look for the right movement in, and then they go. But C9 not even giving them that time. They're rushing right in. Kai with the leap in, and 2 quick kills here for C9. LG, I don't think was expecting that at all. God's firing back, though, able to take out Sure4, but he's going to be the only one to get killed there. C9 rushes in and just ruins LG's day.
And now C9 has a huge ult advantage. Kai, Debit, Adam, and Sure4 all almost at ult. Gods is the closest one. Luminosity. Seagull's not even halfway to his blade, and you know this is gonna be really rough for Luminosity.
It will be really rough. I don't think Seagull's gonna be getting a Dragon Blade here on this fight. They might have a Deadeye from Gods, but they're getting a little bit more. Debit already has his Earth Shatter. We could be seeing a huge Earth Shatter sometime too, but no, he's gonna get charged away. But he doesn't even kill or get killed by that. So C9 still holding strong. 2 quick kills here for them. Debit still hanging on to the Earth Shatter. Could drop at any moment. And defense from C9 thus far holding pretty strong.
Yeah, they don't even need. All Kai needs is his Primal Rage. That allows Cloud9 to save all the other 4 ults. Luminosity's still down in the ult advantage. Seagull still doesn't have the blade, and they really have to win in the next 1 or 2 team fights for them to have any chance of winning.
So we do have a Deadeye coming out here from the defense. Sure4 just zoning people out. Doesn't really have to do anything crazy, and that buys a team a lot of time in and of itself, so not to be underestimated. LG, again, taking their time. Debit just waiting to drop the Earth Shatter at any point here. And I'm gonna note, Seagull almost had Dragon Blade. He switched off to McCree. LG deciding that they want to go with the double McCree instead.
Well, they ran Gods on Widow, which actually pushes them back into this corner while the rest of the team is able to get good position on offense. I like this strategy, at least, coming out from LG.
Yep, Debit right now still hanging back. And look at C9's positioning here. They're actually giving up a lot as LG takes the high ground, decide that they'll go in at their own rate, as Debit able to take out Esper with a big fire strike. That means there's not going to be any resurrection here for the side of LG. Reaver able to take out Enigma. And this is a very, very aggressive look here from C9. Sure4 with the Deadeye at hand. And we were looking at Debit, the drop in Earth Shatter, but he's not even going to need to do that right now.
You've seen it the last several times. As soon as they kill the opposing Mercy, if anyone's dead, Adam brings them up back because he knows that that's free. That's free for us.
Wow, Reaver absolutely going off as McCree. Deadeye about to come down. Milo has to just... He can't drop the shield. He'll instantly die the Deadeye, and Deadeye hits the shield again.
Coming in 1 by 1. I mean, they got a res off 3 people. They all die instantly, including Esper. Cloud9's running over them. Even worse, Luminosity. Cloud9 isn't even expending any of the ultimates they have. So they still have 4 ults to use, which is still more than Luminosity has had this entire game so far.
No, I mean, I was watching Debit for a really long time going, all right, where's the King Earth Shatter coming in? Speaking of Earth Shatter, big Earth Shatter coming down from Milo. 3 people knocked down. Counter Earth Shatter comes out, but it might not be enough as LG absolutely explodes here in the team fight. Resurrection, though, coming up from the side of C9, and we'll see if that's enough. Enigma going to get taken out by Sure4. Sure4 still alive. 3 of his team members are down. Still not the best situation here for C9 as Sure4 still alive, going to get taken out by Gods over the top. And finally, off the initiation from Milo, LG able to get something going here on King's Row.
God's got in a really interesting position there. Seagull finally switching off and going to the double McCree. It's just too good of a hero to not run 2 of them. Was able to flashbang and kill Adam for his first death of the game. Solidified that take. Gets the points, and there's life left in LG.
Yeah, but you gotta feel like it's a little bit too little, too late. Like, Seagull was trying to build up for the blade the entire time, and then it does almost nothing, and then they go to double McCree and they win the point.
I think you're underselling it a little bit here in the sense that they still have plenty of time. Not only can they still get a silver medal time, the way that things are set up right now, they have 4 minutes to do that. Even if they get 1 point here, being down 1 point in the scoring system is not that bad. That gives them a lot of hope for the second map coming up.
That is very true, but they gotta go to Hollywood next, CP. Hollywood, and that's gonna be so hard for Nazi to get any points there.
Sure4 able to take out Gods there with that Deadeye. Gods is down, gets another kill on the Seagull. Sure4 has just been absolutely beasting here in the set, and those 2 quick kills, LG might have to just back up and wait for respawns, but again, that's burning very valuable time off the clock.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to put Sure4 and Reaver's McCree's a little bit above Enigma and Seagull right now.
Yeah, they've just been absolutely dominant. Look at this, a big pushing coming in. Milo with another huge Earth Shatter. Milo has been the difference maker here thus far when attacking. Really making things happen for LG. 3 kills here for LG. Surefour though firing right back, able to take out Milo. Looking for a little bit more if he can get it. Pooks was able to take out Adam as an offensive Lucio, so not bad. But look at Surefour. He's creeping to the back and Gods is having absolutely none of it.
Yeah, some good presence here. They've got Gods already lined up. Shield is up and pushing. They're not really going to contest this point. They might speed boost in. They've got some ults up they're going to work with. Debit's going to try to get an Earth Shatter.
Yeah, they don't want to give this up just yet. We do have Reaver coming at the Deadeye, not able to get exactly what he's looking for. Taking a look at Surefour here. He's not back in the fight just yet. Adam is on deck with a Resurrection, though. He can drop it at any moment. Enigma now with the Deadeye of his own, able to take out Reaver. Seagull on the debit. The McCrees of LG coming alive as Enigma now going to the flank, maybe looking for that Mercy. Will flashbang, will get the Mercy pick, no Resurrect. Will be built for a little bit longer here, even though the first res was done. C9 still in this fight. Surefour able to get that kill on Enigma, and it was a little bit too late on the Mercy pick because he did get the pick, but it was after the res.
And a huge res from Adam from Cloud9 side, again showing how important Mercy play really can be between teams, and he's been keeping Cloud9 coming back from the dead. Luminosity probably should have gotten the second checkpoint already.
Yep, LG now, they do need to get to this checkpoint. The hope of them getting a silver medal time here is slowly going away. They only have about a minute 45 to do that, which means they can't lose a single team fight after this. Deadeye coming out from Reaver. Many skulls coming up here. He's going to hold it, though. The shields were in his way. Seagull and Pooks getting 2 kills here, so C9 might be pulling too aggressive of stun here. We've seen this happen to C9 a lot where they get over-aggressive and defense get punished. 2 kills for LG, and now LG has a real opportunity as the Deadeye is now coming up from Seagull. Seagull is able to take out Adam before the Resurrection, so now LG should be able to get this checkpoint.
That's an absolutely enormous kill. Esper is still alive, so they have that huge advantage in Resurrection. It's really been what's turned the tides in most of these games so far today. Surefour's going to come in at the end, try to get some kills and just cause general chaos. But that should signal the point for LG and see if there's any competition.
It wouldn't surprise me if Reaver switches to Widow.
He's on, yeah.
That seems about right, but God's been playing really great so far. I actually think God's and Seagull now playing McCrees and Enigma going back into Winston is a good call. And that they probably thought the Reaper would go to Widow.
It's been a solid switch up, and now time-wise, I'm going to note, they have about 40 seconds to get silver medal time. If they can somehow cut through C9 early here, this would be huge. The fight, though, is being engaged. C9 being very aggressive on their defense. Gods, though, takes out Debit. A very good pick here for LG. Gods taking out Kai as well. Seagull in the fray with this. Pops the Deadeye, looking for anything to get. If someone can just move out of position, he will kill them with this Deadeye. In the end, he decides to save it, but still, lots of momentum with the LG side here. LG has a shot to get that sub 8-minute time. They just need a few more kills.
Yeah, some uncharacteristically poor Winston play out of both Debit and Kai. They're not really working in unison. Did not wait for the Resurrection before he jumped in and got slaughtered himself to Kai. So can try to pull it back here with Reaver getting a kill on Seagull.
Deadeye coming from Gods. This might be beautiful here. He takes off Reaver, does extra damage to another, and now LG still keeping the pressure on. Godzo in trouble, needs to roll back. Winston in his face. He will survive. As Seagull adding on is able to take out Kai. A lot of pressure just being applied by LG here. As Seagull takes out Surefour.
While this fight's going on, Grego just saves the cart from getting ninja'd out while everyone else is kind of not doing much then. Everyone is just kind of caught up in their own scraps. It looks like they're ninjing it.
That is a 4 kill for LG at C9 stream. C9 at this point is only buying for time. They did buy enough time to stop the silver medal finish, but a 2-1 score here. This is not too bad for LG getting out of King's Row.
No, especially considering how poor the beginning of this game went. It's very possible that Cloud9 could have shut them down on first point and not let them go through. But as we see, you know, more great plays from Adam. I think Adam might be the MVP for Cloud9 for these first 2 games we've seen so far.
No, Adam has shown us really great support play for a really, really long time. I would put him up there with, you talk about your more versatile supports. He's absolutely, I think of 3 good support players. I think of Adam, Chipsogen, and Esper when I think of people, especially when it comes to Mercy. Those are the supports that really come to mind. Just historically, they've been in comp the longest and all the rest, and you know, Adam definitely have himself a good day.
I'd put Adam above both of them because Adam's almost as good of a Zen as Chips, and he's as good, if not better, a Mercy than Esper. I mean, just based on what we saw there. So Adam's got more of a full kit, in my opinion. Of course, both those guys are also excellent, but maybe it's recency bias. Just these last couple games from watching Adam, he looks unstoppable on Mercy. So our next map is going to be Hollywood. What do you think is going to happen on Hollywood, Slasher?
I think that Luminosity is going to have a really rough time with Widow here on Hollywood. They're going to need God to step up big, and I'm pretty sure Enigma will be on Winston for the majority of the Streets phase, at least the middle phase. Point A on defense for Luminosity. They haven't really been running Torb a whole lot, which we've seen a bunch, and you know, Symmetra sometimes they do. You know, I have a feeling they're probably going to put gods on Widow. That would seem to be the best idea, because if they don't do that, then they're going to allow the option for Reaver or Gregu to kill the whole team. And we've seen Reaver kill the whole team on Hollywood Point A like 4 or 5 times now against top tier competition. So I think gods is going to be needed for Widow. I don't see them using Torb, and I think we'll probably see Symmetra. I still prefer a Symmetra on defense here on Hollywood.
Symmetra on defense, I mean, you look at what C9 will probably run. I mean, they really like the double builder defense. They've been running that all the way back to their days of being Google Me, just way back in the day. I don't expect that to change here. And I generally agree that a lot of it, this map, it really does depend on Widow play, particularly in the Streets phase. And Gods is going to have to dig deep and find it in himself to get a few key picks on the Reaver early on in that phase. That's why I'm expecting that to go down. And also, I'll note with the way Elevation is here, this is a pretty good Genji map from time to time. You don't always see it, but if Seagull decides to use Genji, I think this would be a prime opportunity to get some really good plays.
Yeah, the Cloud9 Symmetra play is really going to kind of dictate this. We always talk about how important it is to capture these first points on very first pushes. It's especially important when there's a Symmetra up. If they're on offense and they don't get it on first push Luminosity, then they have to kind of devote Seagull, if he's on a Genji or on a flanking character, to go kill that teleporter first, or all the work you're doing is for naught anyway. And that takes him out of the fight early on, which is something you can't really afford. Cloud9's defense on Hollywood has been nothing less than spectacular.
Now, I would much rather that we see Seagull on defense be Soldier instead of Genji. I think he kind of needs to. We see how impactful Soldier he is on point 1D on this map, and we know Seagull has a great Soldier. Had one of the best Soldiers in the first 2 beta phases. So I think he needs to do that. I really believe Gods is to be on Widow. And then Enigma is going to be your flex pick. Is he going to be maybe McCree, or is he going to play an off tank, which he really likes to do? He plays Winston, or he plays Zarya, and he likes D.Va, but I don't think we're ever going to see D.Va ever again. So I really want to see what he's going to do. If Reaper is the pick, we've seen Reaper do a ton of damage on defense on this map because of the close corridors along the right side of the wall and main, but we've also seen it fail completely. So I like it. I hope it works for them. And, you know, Seagull being Junkrat, I think is actually pretty good. I prefer him to be Soldier, to be completely honest, but I think Junkrat's still an okay pick.
I don't mind the Reaper pick here either. I think they're kind of anticipating double Winston, and that's kind of an anticipatory pick. But as you've said, Reapers have done a ton of damage on defense on this map, particularly to Vic, aka Pluppy, comes to mind, as he runs a defensive Reaper on this map as good as anyone else. We'll see if it works out for him. Generally, a Reaper's just going to hide behind a tree and wait for the team, kind of a passive play, but if he gets the drop on him, he can do a lot of work.
Alrighty, so taking a look here at the defense coming out from LG, it's going to be Esper on the Mercy, Seagull on Junkrat, Enigma on Reaper, Milo on Reinhardt, Pooks on Lucio, and Gods rounding things out on the defensive Widow. So they're not even waiting until stage 2 Hollywood. They're putting Gods in the Widow right here and right now, and he's going to be fighting Reaver in the beginning of the game. So we don't even have to wait till stage 2 for these Widow battles.
I mean, this is Gods versus Reaver opening battle, and if Reaver wins, as we know on all these games with you who are watching Overwatch for the first time, losing on defense is very bad because of respawn times. So you really do not want to get picked on D in the beginning of these games.
If it goes for the grapple, misses his first shot.
So here we go. God's able to get the first pick off of the game. Takes out Surefour. That is not an insignificant pick at all, but here comes Reaver. Reaver getting protected by the Reinhardt, able to get the counter pick. So 1 for 1, but any early trade like that usually works out in favor of the offense just because the respawns are so much closer.
Yeah, Grego and Surefour ate a fire strike, I think. I'd imagine that's what happened there. They both took huge chunks of damage.
So right now, Gods is not going to be back to fight for at least another 10 seconds. Sure4 is already back now. This is a big opportunity for C9. Reaver is able to take out Seagull. Debit on the Milo. The Resurrection coming up from Esper, going to bring up those fallen heroes. But C9 still in a very, very dominating position here. As Sure4 now over the top as McCree can just pick people off. Debit going absolutely crazy. And the Resurrection there coming from C9 will probably seal the deal here for a very quick
England
cap
does
on
get
point
some
A.
value out of that Reaver. He got a couple kills. He's got Death Blossom up. He's got to save it though, right? He can't try to go for it. He tried to go for it. He got murdered.
So the issue for Luminosity right there, yes, Gods gets a pick on Sure4, which is huge because, you know, getting a pick early on is big. It's 6-on-5. But for him to lose the Widow battle is the much bigger issue there. It doesn't really matter that he got that first pick because of the way respawn times works. Him losing the Widow battle is what opened up Reaver to have the ability to kill Seagull, shut down Junkrat, and then win that team fight out.
Yeah, if you're a Diva
All right, so here
fan,
comes
you're probably
C9.
a fan of
C9 is
LG.
leaping in, not wasting any time here. Sure4 gets a double kill immediately. Debit with the extra kill on the Pooks. Seagull at least able to take him out towards the end, but that was a quick 3 kills up for C9. Enigma takes out Debit, so we do see Enigma on the D.Va. I think he's one of the few people that does prefer running D.Va here and using to some degree of good measure, but the thing of note here is that the payload is getting pretty through here pretty quickly.
I mean, I mentioned earlier, Enigma does like running D.Va, and especially on this map, but I don't think that's the right decision to make. I see Cloud9 kind of just storming through and going over here.
So C9 going in through the back, 3 quick kills there, just nothing flashy about, just leapt in, got the kills, and now we have Sure4 coming in with the Dragon Blade, picks off Enigma, looking for more, down goes Pooks, and C9 is just sort of doing whatever they want right now here in the streets phase of Hollywood.
Yeah, I kind of agree that, I mean, if you like watching D.Va play, then LG is your team, as Enigma is one of the only people in the game who runs D.Va, and you have to kind of question maybe why that is. It's kind of a Reaper McCree scenario, where if you're running D.Va, why aren't you running Winston? There's not a whole lot she excels at more than Winston does. And yeah, it's not getting a ton of work done. We'll see if the ultimate can clear some space.
Shout out to Pure and the Korean pro players running D.Va also.
So C9 still continuing the relentless momentum here. They just pushed out LG again. LG has been very, very on the back foot here, and now, really for LG, they're going to have to make a really big last stand here. I think they need to hold C9 to 1 point. I think if C9 gets 2 points here, it's probably going to be GG.
I mean, this is the problem for Luminosity on this map, just because of how good Reaver and his Widow is going to be throughout the entire spades.
All right, so take a look at Seagull here. Seagull does have Dragon Blade up. He's looking to set them up. Dragon Blade is on the way, but Sound Barrier is up. That's going to reduce the effectiveness at least a little bit. Adam, though, going down. Seagull still slicing, dicing. Will he get Reaver? He will. A double kill. Sure4, though, able to take him out in the end, and now Sure4 might have the counter Dragon Blade, and here it is. Dragon Blades for both teams. Down goes Milo. Sure4 looking for more. Will take out the D.Va. Dodging the D.Va explosion. Going to the back. Will he get McCree as well? No. Gods puts an end to it. But not a bad look here for C9, as C9 is very, very close to capping this out.
This will protect us.
And this is bad news for LG here. If they get capped on in under 5 minutes, that's going to be GG. They need to D.Va stall this out for a little bit longer.
Shades of Beta 1 with the D.Va spam coming in at the end.
I mean, this is legitimate here. They just need to stay on the point. God's now on Tracer. This is do or die. They can't leave the point for even a single second, as May is now on the case. LG knows they're going to lose this map, but now the question is, can they stall out for about another 30 seconds? Our timer started a little bit slow, but I think it's just barely under 5 minutes. We're going to find out in just a moment.
Well, this isn't the front page of the subreddit, so that D.Va ult did not kill 5 people.
I mean, what we saw there is really, you know, this was the difficulty for Luminosity against Cloud9. They needed to win the Widow battle, and Gods lost the opening Widow battle. So then Cloud9 gets point A for free, pretty much, through the streets phase. I know Enigma likes running D.Va on Hollywood, and he thinks it could be a good deterrent for the enemy Widow and for the enemy Winston, but was not able to really make it work for success. And you know, Luminosity just wasn't able to stop anything Cloud9 was doing. Cloud9 just kind of rolled through.
Alrighty here. So, interesting matchup between the two teams. Honestly, it's one of those things where you don't expect to get run through that quickly on Hollywood, but I felt like LG had a very good showing on Kings Row, even if they went down a point on Kings Row. It wasn't a bad showing at all.
So the teams are kind of questioning, right? That was a gold medal time. So how many points is that total? And I think that might actually just be locking it out. C9 just won the set.
It should be that. To double checking the admins that, so originally the plan was to be best of 5 for winners finals and the later loser bracket rounds, but we're double checking that here.
How many points do you get for winning King of the Hill?
How many points do you get for winning King of the Hill? King of the Hill is just a tiebreaker.
Yeah, so if there were a tie, we would go to King of the Hill. We'd go to Ilios, make Enigma suffer. Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what we expected on Hollywood. I'm a little disappointed we don't get to see Cloud9 defense if that is the case, as it's just exemplary defense from them on this map. So I think we might play it. I don't know. As always in these situations, I defer to the admins. I know nothing.
Yeah, I'm conversing with the admins right here.
Just like to say, I would love an in-game stopwatch UI.
Yeah, Grego tends to agree with you. He mentioned in chat as well. I think everyone who's very serious about Overwatch competitive mode would love some Blizzard assistance in this matter.
So what we're going to do here, we're just going to play this map, the other side of this out just anyways. Both teams want to play it out for the people watching, so we'll do that before getting into our loser bracket games.
Well, we know they don't scrim each other, so get all the games against each other they can.
Absolutely.
Pretty standard defense coming out from Cloud9. We see Grego on Torb a whole lot on D here. He's great with it.
Double builder. I do want to notice though. Yeah, well, you know, she's listed as such. If Kai gets his teleporter up, what's really cool is it's one of my favorite things that Cloud9 does. They put it in a really safe spot, which reinforces both their first point and their second point should they lose a fight while they're trying to come back in. So it makes sure they don't get rolled onto the rooftop place.
All right, so here Debit coming in with a flank as a defensive Reiner of all things. LG not wasting any time getting on top here. So they're getting on top, taking position. We see the LG do this a lot where they're very, very methodical about their attacks here on Hollywood. As Surefour and Reaver picking up 2 quick kills on defense, but Pooks and Seagull striking it back. We have Seagull on the Hanzo of all things. And
double Hanzo strat. Well,
we've seen Hanzo do well here in Hollywood, and there's actually C9 way back in the day where we saw Kai on it, but Seagull now at the Dragon Strike. This should be killing Torbjorn. Might get the Mercy as well. But LG with a pretty good attack here, and they're going to get the payload moving.
So for those of you out there who thinking this is maybe just a troll thing, no. Seagull and Gods both really love Hanzo, both of them. So I really think this could be a thing that we see in other maps and going forward in the future. I mean, not so much, but it's not like it's totally out of nowhere.
Alrighty, so here they go. Seagull moving forward.
To that point, Seagull's run Hanzo defensively in serious tournament semis and finals before on this map. So it's not that Seagull hasn't busted out Hanzo in legitimate tournaments before.
Yeah, no, Hanzo it's one of those things where it's hard to say because he's usually overshadowed by Widow, but he does have points where he can be very, very effective. And LG right now really rolling through here in Hollywood. C9 having some issues stopping them. And a pretty quick time as C9 drops the Earth Shatter. Debit saying, I have an answer to stop this. Takes out Milo, but the Dragon Strike from Gods comes in and eats 2 people. Adam, though, on point with the Resurrection. Surefour coming in, able to take out Seagull, but not a bad Dragon Strike at all coming out from Gods.
It's a Graviton and a Dragon Strike. It's the dream combo.
I mean, LG really won that team fight, except, again, Adam coming out of nowhere and rezzing the whole team. Adam was just playing impeccable this entire
He wasn't even hiding. He was literally standing out in the open on the roof. No one focused him.
Well, you know what, Hex? You gotta take those elevators.
Yeah, it's true.
All about the elevators on this map.
Oh, and Gods just gets taken out by Reaver. A beautiful shot coming in to take him out. Reaver now looking for a little bit extra if he can get it. We'll see here in just a moment. And this is where this was Streets phase, where Widow v Widow is absolutely paramount. You want to win the Widow v Widow fights, but I guess Hanzo's interesting. I mean, Hanzo sort of qualifies as someone who can kill Widow, but it's difficult.
But you're at a disadvantage, especially if you only have one Hanzo. But both Hanzos, I mean, you just kind of shoot where he's going to be and where he was and hope that one of the arrows hits.
Or you just shoot anywhere and then someone will get hit, probably.
Milo went for the big Earth Shatter, did not quite get it. It's still just like W Mouse wanting this Winston to some decent effect. God's able to take out Surefour right now, 5v5 on both teams. As Gods with the double kill on Hanzo yet again. So I haven't really seen Gods play Hanzo too much, but he is really making it work right now. Double Hanzo, I'm not gonna say this is new meta, but LG's definitely making some plays.
Gods likes running boosted Hanzo on King's Row. We didn't really see it a whole lot, and he likes running Hanzo. Though LG really not having so much success. They keep seemingly win the first two, the beginning of the team fight, use both Dragon Strikes, and then Adam comes out of nowhere, rests his whole team, and then they all die.
And speaking of Adam with res, Adam is about to have that res up yet again.
Of course. Well, how can you not have res up?
It charges very, very quickly, so again, if you don't kill Adam early on in the fight, you effectively have to kill C9 twice, and here we go. Sound Barrier coming out here from defense. Defense being super aggressive. Sure4 in the back, getting in on to Milo. Not gonna kill him just yet. Gods takes out Reaver, so again, first pick of this fight going to LG. Enigma takes out Grego, but where's Adam? Adam with the resurrection gonna bring up all those fallen heroes again. Note that Reaver was not... Reaver was also, no, he was not in that resurrection, so he's not going to be here for a while. Dragon Strike coming in. Enigma takes out Sure4. So LG with a little bit more momentum here, but man, C9 is definitely making them work for it.
Well, LG finally able to win something cleanly, but I think Cloud9 will still have an opportunity to stall it out before the second checkpoint. And even if they're able to get through this phase, it is going to be almost impossible for them to beat the time, even if this were straight up stopwatch. That Cloud9 says.
Gods and Land Seagull able to get that extra pick, and now LG really making some good time here on Hollywood. It's not quite as fast as C9 when they went through the map the first time, but still, they're making their mark. Milo with a double kill, Enigma and Seagull to back up the double hog, really giving C9 some trouble here.
Yeah, the response is they bring out Sure4 in his Reaper. See him get some damage done on the Roadhog. Of course, not perfect against Roadhog, getting hooked a lot. Unless you have your Wraith form up, you're gonna die. But we'll see if Sure4 can get some good... I mean, it's really good for Reaper here if you are able to get your ultimate out, because this drop down right here is phenomenal.
All right, here we go. Seagull coming in with that shot. Sound Bear is out here for the offense. LG moving in. Dragon Strike is out. But defense still really hanging in there as Gods gets another double kill as Hanzo. Gods' Hanzo play absolutely on point. The Reaper ult from Sure4 not getting as much done as he would like. Zarya now under assault by Gods. Sound Barrier is out, but he's still in some deep trouble here. As finally goes down to the McCree play of Reaver. Enigma there with the hook looking to get in on the Reaver. Not going to happen just yet. Another Earth Shatter coming down here for the offense. Milo trying to make things happen as Sure4 and Reaver still alive, still defending here for C9. And they should be able to push LG back here at least a little bit. Deadeye coming out and a big hook for Enigma stops it in its tracks. I gotta say, guys, what are you thinking about the Roadhog here?
I'm enjoying it. I think there is a place for Roadhog in the competitive meta. It is the least used tank up there with D.Va. It's probably actually used a little bit more than D.Va lately. But I think it can work in certain situations.
You saw SG1 run it a lot yesterday. Himsy's been running Roadhog for months now, and I think he definitely thinks it's got a place in it. It was a little more popular when you would see a little more Tracers and Genjis firmly in the meta, just as a counter pick. We often saw Roadhog being added into the double Lord composition to try to counter a lot of the heroes that were in that composition too. But I think he's coming back. He's on the rise now.
All right, so that was a silver medal time. That means that LG adds 2 points to their total.
Wait, so
we go to a third map.
Oh, I didn't know.
I mean, did the teams know that? Were they playing like for real? Because those were a little bit strange compositions.
Yeah, no, it was said that it was semis were best of 5.
Okay, well, hey, I leave it to the admins.
Absolutely. So, 1 second here as we settle that. But interesting set coming out, and LG coming back relatively strong there, I gotta say.
Yeah. Now that I know the game was for real, that was that was pretty decent.
Yeah, I was under the impression it was a little fun time. But there we go. So, what map are we going to then?
What map? We're gonna find out in just a moment.
Anything that brings me more Overwatch, I'm stoked about.
It would be Payload, I would assume, because it's best of 5.
Yeah, it would be next map would be a payload map. So.
Well, what was
have to go
the
back and
first
look at
bans were Gibraltar. That was the very first ban, so that's got to be the last one played.
Route.
Route 66 was the second ban, so that's got to be fourth. And then
It would be
we go to why can't we remember payloads today?
Dorado.
Yeah, I think Dorado would be the next map. Yes.
Dorado would be the next map.
Well, that's interesting because these teams are pretty closely matched on Dorado. It's actually a map that I might even give LG an advantage on. We'll see if Seagull busts out the first point Bastion. It was weird because he kind of just hangs out on the well watching that arch, gives him a little bit of elevation, keeps him kind of safe in a weird spot, not necessarily in sightline. So that's how they had success a couple months ago in the Alienware monthly melee anyway.
Alrighty, so we'll be selling this in just a moment. We're going to take a quick 3-minute break as we figure out what's going on in the next map, but we'll be back in just a moment. This is an Alienware monthly melee. C9 versus LG. Back in just a moment.